Today, while sorting through my husband's belongings, I had to rewrite my entire life. Oregon coast, a small fishing town. I lived in this cramped house for 48 years. Wake up at 5 a.m., go to the seafood processing plant. Come home at 9 p.m. and sleep. That was my entire life. My husband Tom was a quiet man. No, not just quiet. He was cold. About a year after we got married, I asked him, "Tom, do you love me?" "I don't know. Never really thought about it." That was the only emotional expression my husband ever gave me. After that, I never asked again. Tom's mother never accepted me. I came from California, and she treated me like an outsider. In this small Oregon town, she never called me by my name. Just you, or the wife. Tom was the same. When I cooked meals, no thank you. When I was sick in bed, he didn't tell me to see a doctor. He just left a bottle of Tylenol by the door. I thought, this man doesn't love me. He thinks of me as just a necessary part to maintain a household. But I endured. I had nowhere else to go, and most importantly, I had our son Michael. Michael was my only light. He grew up to be much warmer than his father. "Mom, when I grow up, I'm gonna live with you. I'll buy you lots of good stuff." Those words kept me going for years. Then last fall, my sister called from California. "Sarah, Mom collapsed. It's a stroke." My mind went blank. 50 years since I left home. I barely visited during that time. "How much is the surgery?" $30,000. And Sarah, Dad's debt is still there. The creditors came back. My hands shook. Dad's business failure debt. That's why I married Tom at 23 through a matchmaker. I came to Oregon without even seeing my husband's face properly. That night, I told Tom, "I need to go to California. Mom's critical." Okay, that was it. No offer to buy plane tickets, no asking if I had money. Just, okay. I withdrew my savings account. $8,000. Money I saved working at the seafood plant for 25 years. I sent it all to California. But it wasn't nearly enough. The creditors demanded another $20,000 immediately. "If you don't pay within a week, we're going to your mother's hospital room." My sister's trembling voice echoed in my ears. I asked my plant manager if I could get an advance. He looked uncomfortable. "Sarah, the plant's struggling right now." Eventually, I went to a payday loan place. Small-town banks wouldn't give loans to women without credit history. Interest is 15% per month. "That's fine. Please lend me." I borrowed $16,000. Sent it all to California. Mom's surgery went well, and the creditors backed off temporarily. But that's when my hell began. I had to pay back $1,600 every month. But my salary was only $3,600. After giving money for household expenses, nothing remained. I woke up at 3 a.m. for the plant. Job, worked at a convenience store during the day, and washed dishes at a diner at night. I slept 4 hours a day for 3 months. One day, I collapsed at the plant. Exhaustion. When I woke up in the hospital, Tom was sitting next to me. "You should have told me if you needed money." That was what my husband said. Not comfort, not concern. Just cold reprimand. "I don't need it." I turned my face away. I didn't want to rely on this man. Even after 48 years together, I never understood his heart. After that, Tom became even quieter. Even when we met in the hallway in the morning, not a single greeting. I thought, he's ashamed that I took out loans. He thinks the wife from California disgraced the family. A year passed like that. Last month, Tom collapsed. Heart attack. He fell on his way to the bathroom in the morning. I called 911. He was taken to the hospital. But Tom never regained consciousness. 3 days later, my husband passed away without ever holding my hand. We held a quiet funeral. Michael came down from Seattle. "Mom, you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay." I wasn't okay, but I had to say that. A week after the funeral, I started sorting through Tom's belongings. Closet, drawers, desk. I opened them one by one, but nothing special. Old clothes, a few books, an old watch. Finally, I opened the toolbox in the garage. Tom used to do carpentry when he was young. Rusty hammer, old screwdriver, dusty box of nails. But there was something strange at the bottom of the toolbox. The bottom panel was doubled. I carefully lifted it. At that moment, I collapsed right there. Inside was a thick envelope. And an old tape recorder with a cassette. I opened the envelope. 3 bank statements. All in my name. First account, balance $37,000. Second account, balance $16,000. Third account, balance $10,000. My hands trembled. What is this? A note was tucked behind the statements. Tom's handwriting. For Sarah. Find this after I'm gone. This is money you should have earned your whole life. Rest now. Tears poured out. I turned on the recorder. Tom's voice flowed out. Sarah, if you're listening to this, I'm already gone. His voice was shaking. I had never heard Tom's voice like this. I'm sorry. I was bad at talking. No, I was too scared. On our wedding night, I saw you crying. Leaving California, coming to a place where you knew no one. How scared you must have been. I couldn't say a single word of comfort. I didn't know what to say. I thought just being quietly by your side was the best I could do. The recording paused, then continued. When you collapsed last year, I was really scared. Scared you might die. The doctor said it was exhaustion and stress. You suffered alone because of debt. That night, I went to your payday loan place. Paid it all off. $16,000. And I told that man, never appear in front of my wife again. My heart crumbled. I couldn't just watch you suffer to pay off debt. But if I told you directly, I was scared you'd feel indebted to me. That's who you are. You don't like relying on anyone. So I handled it quietly. And started saving money without you knowing. I went out early for dock work. Every weekend I worked construction sites. You didn't know, but I also slept only 4 hours a day. I worked as much as you worked. And saved all the money in your name. Someday when you found this money, I wanted to tell you to rest. His voice grew softer. Sarah, I never told you I loved you. But for 48 years, not a single day passed without thinking of you. The sound of you cooking breakfast, your hand stroking me at night. You knitting my scarf every winter. All of that was love to me. I'm sorry, and thank you, for staying next to someone like me. Please, now live your life. Do what you want, eat what you want, go where you want. That's my last wish. The recording ended. I sat there crying for a long time. Tom never spoke, but he never let me go. A week later, I quit the seafood plant. And rented a small shop in town. A small diner. A diner started with money Tom left behind. The day we hung the sign, Michael came down from Seattle. Mom, what's the sign gonna say? How about Tom's Diner? Dad's name? Yeah, this place started with money your dad earned. The sign went up. One small sign in an alley of an old fishing town. That night, I spoke to Tom's photo for the first time. Tom, thank you. And I'm sorry for not understanding your heart. Now I know how much you loved me. Love wasn't words. It was sweat we shed together. Tom didn't answer, but that was okay, because now I knew the truth hidden in silence. Spring came. Warm winds began blowing at the coast. Today, I opened the diner doors again. In this small space we made together. With the name of the man who loved without words.